Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Neba EA from Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology. We will start with the first module of Knowledge Engineering. Today's contents here are: we will be talking about introduction, concepts, what is AI, applications, what is a problem as state space search, its characteristics, and we will explain all these things with a problem. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is nothing but we assume that whatever we are automating, it thinks and acts rationally like human. Now, the field of study seeks to explain and emulate intelligent behavior in terms of computational processes. It is a study of computations that make it possible to perceive reasons and act. So it will find out the reasons and act accordingly the same way as the humans do. Now, anything in computer science that we don't know yet how to do it properly, that is AI. In 1950, Alan Turing has written a paper on Turing test. Now, the machines that passes the Turing test is supposed to be the best one. So, what the testing process which we are taking is a Turing test. When we talk about the systems that act like human, the system has to pass the Turing test approach. A human questionnaire will not be able to understand whether the answer is coming from a human or from a system. So, the system should intelligently answer accordingly. System that acts like humans have cognitive tasks. Now, these cognitive tasks include natural language processing for communication with human, knowledge representation to store information effectively and efficiently, automated reasoning to retrieve and answer questions using the stored information, machine learning to adapt to new circumstances, then the computer vision to perceive object, that is seeing, robotics to move objects, that is acting. Now, coming to system that thinks like human. Now, when we are talking about system that thinks like human, it has a cognitive model, or rather modeling, which should be like a humans as observed from inside. That is, you cannot see the thinking from outside. So we should be able to understand a human how they think. That is introspection versus the psychological experiments. Then the cognitive science is also involved in that. So when we are talking about thinking like human it is like human is not always perfect. Okay, so what happens is when the humans are not always perfect, so we have to find out the perfect one out of it. So that is rational. Now, coming to system that think rationally. Now, system that think rationally, what is rational? Rational is nothing but you are saying that it is a perfect way of thinking. So, system that think rationally is a law of thought. Rational defined in terms of logic. So, logic can't express everything. Okay, there is an uncertainty in that. Logical approach is often not feasible in terms of computation time. That is, needs guidance. So, what happens here is, now when you are talking about a thinking, rational way of thinking is you have to think always in the perfect way, not in a different way. So that is rational thinking. So we have to come out with a system where it thinks only in the correct way of doing it, which we are yet to achieve it. Last one is systems that act rationally. System that act rationally is the last part of it. So when you can think as rationally, then you can act as in the rational mode. Now, when you are having a rational behavior, that means that you will be thinking only the right way of doing it and you will act only in the right way of expressing it. So the right thing is that which is expected to maximize the goal achieved with a given available information. That is what a rational behavior is all with. Now the giving answers to question is acting. I don't care whether a system replicates human thought process or not, but it has to be a rational decision. It has to be same decision as a human. It uses the purely the logical reasoning which humans does. So it has to be, a rational thinking or rational acting is nothing but you have to act exactly as the human, but in the perfect right way. In systems that act rationally, we have logic, as we told in the previous slide. The logic is only part of a rational agent, not all of rationality. Sometimes what happens is the logic cannot reason the correct conclusion. At that time, some specific human knowledge or information is used to come to a conclusion. So that is rationality. So when you are using the human knowledge, human information to overcome the logic and come to a conclusion, then it becomes acting as a rational system. Now study of AI as rational agent has two advantages. It is more of logic plus domain knowledge. You should have the information about your domain. Then only you will be able to come to a conclusion. So it is a logic plus domain knowledge. That is the first advantage. So what happens is it is more general than using logic only. Now it allows extension of the approach with more scientific methodology. So more scientific methodologies are extended and it is used in the system, artificial intelligence system that act as rationally. Now coming to applications of artificial intelligence. You see around yourself, you can see the lot of artificial intelligence has been used in your daily life. You take anything for that matter, from your text to speech in your mobile. There are a lot of facilities which is there in your mobile which helps you to understand that you are using artificial intelligence daily. Now to specify certain things, I am going to explain few of those. First one is autonomous planning and scheduling. Now NASA's remote agent became the first onboard autonomous planning program to control scheduling of operations for a spacecraft. Now the remote agent plans from high-level goals specified from the ground. The remote agent has been planned from the ground and it is monitored, and operations of the spacecraft as planned were executed in space. And what is happening, if there is any problem, the recovery and diagnosis is also done from the system. So this is an autonomous planning and scheduling. So if you plan something and schedule it, you can achieve everything. It is planned from the ground, but it has been executed in the space. So that is autonomous planning and scheduling. The next one is game planning. Now you know that there are a lot of games. I am sure every one of you would have been played at least one game. Now for example, if you are taking chess match, you know that a system which has been created where Garry Kasparov has been defeated with 3.5 to 2.5. So that is a system which was generated. So that is artificial intelligence, which the human thinks. So according to the opponent's move, the system was able to move and work on it. So that is game planning. The next one is autonomous control. The autonomous control is nothing but, you would have heard about the automatic cars. That is, you enter your destination and your car will take you to the destination through the shortest path. So there are already autonomous cars available in US, because steering the vehicle is done automatically, which is done by the artificial intelligence. Now the diagnosis. This is another area where all these artificial intelligence has been used mostly. and that has been working out, and a lot of research are going on in this area. This is a medical diagnosis program based on probabilistic analysis. So according to the information given, see, when you are taking a disease, for every person it will be difficult, for every doctor thinks in a different way. So we want a rational system, but definitely it is not a rational system. It is a system which acts like a human and does all the medical diagnosis using artificial intelligence. The next one is logistics planning. When you're talking about logistics planning, here we have told that DART, that is Dynamic Analysis and Replanning Tool. This is a US Force deployment tool for automating the planning, logistics planning and scheduling of transportation. That is, this involved around 50,000 vehicles, cargo and people at a time. So there should be an AI planning technique allowed to generate in hours that would take DARPA into an effective manner in which all the 50,000 vehicles are utilized, where all the 50,000 vehicles to be utilized either to transport the people or the cargo. So that is planned accordingly. So that is logistics planning, which is done by the US Force already. The next is robotics. Robotics is something which we are talking in a daily life, and I'm sure you guys will be interested in talking about robotics, so I don't have to explain too much on that. Nowadays robotics have come in a big way. You know that Siri has come with answering all the questions as humans, but there are certain areas even there we need to be more researches has to be done on that. And the next one is language understanding and problem solving. So this is something which work on the way you talk. So the words which we are talking, the way you are talking, the way in which with the intonations, how we will identify the emotions, how the words can be filtered, all these things are coming under language understanding and problem solving. As I told you, the 8-tile puzzle problem has states: initial state, goal state. States are the location of each of the 8 tile and blank in one of the 9 squares. So this is to start with the formulation of the problem, we have to write all these things. What are the states, what are the initial state and goal state. Space search. It is defined as the process used in the field of computer science, including artificial intelligence, in which successive configurations of an instance are considered, with the goal of finding a goal state with a desired property. A state space problem consists of a set of states, okay, a start state, a goal state, set of action available for each state, what are the set of functions which is there, and a criterion in which we get the optimal solution. These are the things which we have considered in the state space problem. When we say that there is an optimal solution or optimal answer for this, we should be able to find a sequence that has minimal total cost. So we have to find out the solution from the starting state to the goal state with a minimal total cost, which is called as the optimal solution. So we need to find out an optimal solution for the state space problem. To explain the state space problem, I am taking an example, that is the 8-tile puzzle problem. Now what is this 8-tile puzzle problem? You can see that in the diagram that you have a starting state, you have an end state, and you might have a lot of intermediate states in which you will pass from the starting state to the goal state and will reach the goal state. Now, so you have a goal state, you have a starting state. Now what are the possible actions here? That is up, right, left and up, down, left and right. The objective of the puzzle is to find a sequence of tiles moves that leads from starting configuration to the goal configuration. As I told you, the 8-tile puzzle problem has states: initial state, goal state. States are the location of each of the tile, 8 tile, and blank in one of the 9 squares. So this is to start with the formulation of the problem, we have to write all these things. What are the states, what are the initial state and goal state. The moves, the actions or the moves which are possible are blank. We are concentrating on the blank. So blank moves left, blank moves right, blank moves up, and blank moves down. Now the path cost. Path cost is again each step cost, we assume it to be 1. Each step cost 1. So path cost is number of steps in the path. See in this diagram the 8-tile problem where you have your starting state, your goal state. Now if you are considering the first one, the action possible from that state is 4 states. That is, the blank moves left, right, up and down. So if it is moving to right, there is nothing is there. So only 3 moves are there. So we have 3 states from the initial state. Now from the initial state, we will see the next possible moves. Like that we get all the states, and whichever state reaches to the goal state will be considered for the calculating the cost. And then we'll calculate the cost and see that which is the lowest method in which, or lowest track in which you get the lowest cost, then that will be the optimized solution. Now state space search can be written as S is equal to a tuple, that is S, capital S comma, capital A comma, action of S comma, result of S comma A, cost of S comma A. Now how do you know what exactly all these things are? S is nothing but all the states. S, capital S is the set of all states: starting goal, starting state, goal state and intermediate states. A is the action. You know what are the actions here in this problem? That is move. Blank moves up, down, left and right. Now actions. Action possible on each state. So some cases the state only 3 actions are possible. Some states all the 4 actions are possible. So those can be written as, for each state small s, actions, what are the possible actions. Now the result of S and A. A is what? Action. For each action, the result of an action applied on state S. For a particular state S, if I am applying one action, what is the next result of that? That is the result. Now cost. Cost is cost of each state. Okay, cost of each state by a particular action. State space search can be, or rather searching can be done by 2 methods, that is uninformed and informed search. We will see the uninformed and informed search in detail in the next class. But in this I will just tell small things that are, we call the uninformed as blind search, that we don't know any information about the search, and what we do is we will take all the possibilities of all the actions and all the possible states, and then we will go to the next one. So we will go through each and every stem of the tree. Now what happens is it grows exponential times, or rather it takes exponential time. So big O of B raised to D, that is the time complexity. So it comes to, when you are talking about the tree, the 4-tile tree, we can see that it will have, B is the branching factor. B is the branching factor and D is the depth. So the branching factor comes to around 3 possibilities, and the depth comes to around 20 times. So it will be like big O 3 raised to 20. So 3 raised to 20 is around million, it comes to around that much. So you know that it is a huge time complexity which is coming there. In order to reduce this, we have a small information about the problem, then we can reduce it to a 1/3 of it or even 1/4 of it. So that is how why we are possible cases. For small and complex cases we will be using uninformed, and complex cases will always go for informed search. And in the informed search we use the concept of heuristic search, and it helps to solve the problems quickly, will not take exponential time. With this we come to an end of the first video of module 1 of knowledge engineering.